questions. So welcome so much. For you who don't know me, my name is Johanna. I'm a psychologist, and I also am a MECFS survivor, if you can say so. I was sick for very many years, 8 years of sick leave and a lot of time bedbound. But then I've become better, and I don't know if you can say that I'm fully recovered, but at least I'm living a good life now and can do a lot of things. And one of the things that has helped me very much has been doing different kind of nervous stimulation exercises, where this sensing slow that I'm starting to develop has been important. I think it's important with tactile stimulation, training to take care of ourselves in this way, and also taking time, because sometimes when you see on Instagram and other places, it's these short things that you should do to get the vagus release, and then you're supposed to de-stress. But I think it's important that we tell ourselves and our bodies that we're worth to take some time. So let's start with just giving yourself a hug, and maybe you can swing a little bit like this, feeling if you're sitting, feel your, you say, butt against the ground. If you're lying down, you can feel your whole body against the ground. It's very important for me during this class that you do according to your own capacity. So if you get tired, I'm using my hands and arms a lot, and also in my face. But if you feel better doing on your stomach or your legs, please do so. I'm going to start with saying some affirmations, and I'm saying it as I'm saying it to my body or myself. And you can just feel if take in what feels right for you. I love you. You are beautiful. You are precious and unique. I see you. I hear you. Now I'm taking some time to show you affection and attention, and give you the possibility to release whatever you're ready to release. Take your hands and arms and shake them a little bit. I'm a sensing yoga instructor, and then there's a lot of shaking there to release tension. Maybe swing a little bit. If you see on the animals, that's what they do to release tension. And that's what I would say is natural for us. When we get stressed, we kind of tension, and then we forget sometimes to release it. Maybe swag a little bit. And when you release tension, it's common that you get these kind of sighs, or maybe you feel saliva in your mouth or whatever. But it's just natural, all of it, just so you know. So begin stroking your arms all the way out. Maybe you can start with putting attention on your hands, on your hand Just feeling into that. And then you can change and put your attention on your arms. And there are no accomplishments here. It doesn't have to feel in any special way. We're just taking time to sense our body, being in our body. Shake a little bit again. And take the hands and rub them each against each other. Maybe you can try doing it very slow first, or as slow as you want to, and listen to the sound. And then do a little bit faster. Then giving attention to all of your fingers, one after another. We use our hands every day, all the time, so much. Rub them again. And it's very giving attention to our hands and inside our hands. The senses is a good way of coming into the now, being in our body. For some people, me including, can take during our hands, it can be stressful sometimes to kind of give attention to the breath. Like a lot of exercises, you're supposed to do that. I think it's easier to give attention to my senses, being in my body. And we have most of our nerves in our hands, especially on our fingertips. So let's take them against each other. Can you do like this and in the same time feel your gravity against the ground? Maybe see if there is anything you can let go. Just let it sink into the earth. And listen to this sound. Is it the sound you like? Can you feel the vibrations that this movement does? Does it go anywhere in the body? Just having this kind of, what do you say, interested, curious questions. Now you can take one of your hands and rub them or massage them inside one of your hands. Listen to this sound as well. Do you feel is it some moisture? Like for me, I can feel the difference now. It's more hot here in Sweden now, so I can feel the difference just from last time. It's a little bit more difficult or slower. Do you think that it's energy that you're rubbing up here? It is in some way. And maybe in the other hand. Do you feel any difference? It was easier here. I think my right hand is a little bit colder. Now can you put one hand on the other and make space in there? Can you just pay attention to this space in between? Can you feel something in that empty space? Can you feel something against the skin? Is it air? Can you feel the temperature? Is there any kind of humidity, do you say? And then can you start taking the hands from each other? And either you do feel something there, like an energy ball maybe, or if you don't, maybe you can just play with the idea. And how far can you take your hands and still feel that energy, that kind of connection through the air? Now maybe you can think of this energy, or this, what you call it, and think it as your own healing power, and put it somewhere. If you intuitively, where do you want to put your hands? I felt I wanted to put them on my stomach. If you don't intuitively feel anything, it's absolutely no problem. Just take this as a game and put your hand somewhere. Can you feel that the energy from your hands that we've rubbed up, that they go into your body? Or can you just play with it? Where does that energy go? That feeling, that warmth, or whatever it is. Can you play with the feeling that it goes inside your body? Maybe it takes a dance inside. Maybe this feels very strange to say that way, but why not? Now let's take our hands and just shake them. And as I said before, we have a different capacity. So if you're tired now in your hands or arms, or just tired by me talking and thinking, everyone can take a hug again. Then you can just stay in that hug. Just taking time, swagging, feeling what you're sitting against, seeing if there is anything that is ready to let go. And there's no stress in that. It can be so easy when we know we have a lot of tension and stress in our body, and we just want to let go of it all at once so we can start to heal. But we can heal even when we have stress in our body. And the body doesn't respond that well on trying to hurry it or fix it. But sometimes we can just take time and say, okay, I'm releasing what is ready to release. And we're not always aware of it either when it's released. So this is what's called a butterfly hug. I got introduced to it just a couple of years ago. Before that, it felt very strange, the idea of me hugging myself. But I wish that I had been presented to it much earlier in my life, because I would really have needed it, especially during all those years when I was sick and living alone, very much alone. And I didn't have this kind of thinking that you can take care of yourself in that way, using your hands on your skin to calm yourself. But it is calming, at least for me. And maybe try an alternative butterfly hug and put your hand here on your neck. It's what you say, the vagus nerve is here. Directly I got this kind of relief. And just feel, does this feel different for you? Maybe you can just take like this and sense the whole body and just change. How does your body respond to that? It is a little bit difficult for the arms. So one thing I often do is lying down, rocking and hugging, and also putting here. It's easier then. And then you can also try to take your hand even further up. I got that kind of sigh again. And this is, as I said, easier if you lie down. But maybe you can try, if you have the strength, just to kind of, what you say, fall back just a little bit. And see how it feels when your hand carries your head in that way. I think it's some kind of safety, for me at least, and I've been thinking that it might be because that's often how you hold a baby. Let's go back and shake your hands and arms a little bit. Maybe you get some saliva in your mouth or need to sigh, or that's just tension releasing from your body. A common vagus nerve release, is when you have your head like this, and then you're having your eyes first in one direction and then the other direction. Now we're going to do an alternative to this as well. So I start taking my hand and rubbing them against each other below my right ear. And just listen on the sound. Is it the sound you like? Is it comforting? Now take your eyes and look straight, so it's a diagonal, if you feel that you want to. Can you feel the diagonal? Then I got a sigh again. So this is sometimes it takes longer time and sometimes shorter. So now I go back with my eyes and I change hands. If you're tired doing here, you can do here as well, or lying down. Can you hear any difference in this sound on the other ear? I do for some reason. The left and right side is always different in different ways. I think I hear better on this side. And now do the diagonal here as well. So looks there, and keep your head straight if you want to. Everything I say is just suggestions. Can you kind of be in this diagonal, putting all your attention here? So then I go back, shaking a little bit. Take time, swag a little bit. Feeling your butt against the ground, or if you're lying down, your whole body. I was thinking about this today, about the gravity. that when the Earth's gravity, that when we're trying to carry everything alone or kind of not letting go, we're kind of going against the Earth's gravity that wants to carry. Maybe that's a way you can look at it. Maybe it's someone who wants to carry what you're holding on to. Maybe you can see it as the earth or Mother Nature, or maybe God, if you believe in God. Maybe if there's someone who not only can, but also wants to carry. That doesn't get tired of it. How would it feel if that's the way it is? Shake a little bit again. Now we're going to do a little bit different movements with the hands on our arms. So I start, and if you have a pillow, you can put it beneath. I'm very aware that we're using our arms a lot. So if you feel tired now, that's not strange in any way. Try lying down, or just, if you're tired, just stop and listen. Just be with your body. You can always visualize that we're doing different movements and see how is the different visualizing. But now I take my hand and stroke here. And just sense. Can you first sense inside your hand? Is it possible to kind of isolate just feeling there? I thought that was a little bit difficult. And then isolate and just feel inside your arm. And then take your fingers and, I don't remember the name, but like this. Can you do it so soft so your fingers almost aren't touching your arm? That actually gave me some kind of release. Do it so soft. And then a little bit harder maybe, and then clap. I like clapping here. I think it's some kind of acupuncture point. And just sense difference between the left and the right, and the right and the left. Can you feel a difference? If you feel the whole arm, I can feel like it feels different in the whole arm all the way up here. Maybe it's kind of the blood circulation. Now take inside here and just stroke. And see again, how soft can you stroke? Can you feel, maybe you can feel that you have some hair or something inside? I think I maybe have a few. And then maybe change and do circles. Do you like that more or less? I thought it was a little bit more interesting. And then scratch. And then clap. And see, where do you want to clap on your arm? Now I intuitively felt that I wanted to clap up here instead. and just shake a little bit again. And it is kind of a training that I'm still doing, trying to kind of listen, sense, intuitively see what's in the body. It's a very, very interesting, exciting, trip, journey. I think it's important. Now I'm taking out, maybe you can sense inside both of your arms. Inside, is there any difference? And it's no, it's not no value, or it's no, that it should sense be in any way, or feel different, or feel or not feel. Just playing. Try to have kind of a playful, curious mindset maybe. Now take outside your arms and maybe do circles. How does that feel? And listen also. Take some time to listen to the sound. Is this a familiar sound? Can you recognize it from something else? And what would that then be? I actually don't know, but it does feel familiar in some way. Then shake. Now we're going to do some movements on the face. If you're tired using your hands and arms, lie down or do the same movements on your stomach. This is another movement that I wish that I started to do earlier, that I actually just started to do a few months ago. So if you take your right hand and stroke on your left face, half. And when you do this, see if you can have, maybe first just see if you can have kind of contact with your whole body in the same time. And just then be in this movement with the hand. Do you have to wait for someone else to take care of yourself in this way? Or can you start doing it yourself? Then maybe shake a little bit and take the other hand on the other half face. Maybe just take some time and sense. Do you feel any difference between the left and right? I do. I feel that it's kind of that it has released some tension on that side. So do on the other side. How do you use your hand when you do this very, very gentle? Can you put in some love in it? And it's also important to say that increasing our self-love does not start with the feelings. It's difficult to kind of affect or decide. But this can be a way of kind of deciding that whatever I feel I'm going to do things to show myself love. And maybe this can be one thing. Just stop, maybe swagging a little bit. Can you feel any vibration in the rest of your body? Can you sense this vibration going outside of your body? Can you feel any kind of energy surrounding your body? If not, can you play with the idea? Can you think of this energy surrounding your body as having a healing potential? Can you think of it going into your body all the way? Maybe dancing around in your body, around all the organs and cells. Maybe by using hand movements on our body, we can activate vibrations, frequency, that otherwise is kind of locked or stopped or frozen, and kind of help it get a flow. Maybe that's right, or maybe that's something you can visualize. Having this, aura, light, energy surrounding yourself. Maybe take your hands again and do soft circles around the eyes. In the same time, thinking that you release tension inside your eyes, like behind. Is that possible? And that's also important to remember, that just by thinking things if we don't have energy for doing different movements, we can think about it, like thinking that release something behind the eyes can actually sometimes let go. Now we're going to do something that's called kind of fascia pulls, like we pull our skin a little bit. Now I have my hair here, but you can take your hands like this and just think that you're kind of pulling up your skin a bit. It's often very much tension here, at least for me. And I think for a lot of people with ME and POTS, it's like the blood is difficult for it to go all the way up to the head. So I think that might be a reason it's more tension here. I don't know if you see how I do. So I kind of put there and then draw up a bit. And you can do this all over your head. You can also do this is another way, if you can't really do right or wrong, so play with it. So maybe if you see I drag one up and one down, and then I do like this. And then I do like this and that way. You can do this in other places on your face. Just see, putting your hands and then pulling it a little bit. It's moving your fascia And that's also getting the blood circulation going. And I think that there are different layers depending on how hard you push. So it can be different things that you let go if you take very, very soft. I get a lot of releases here. Here, often very tensed. So you can do like this. But you can also very slowly, it's easier if you have some kind of body lotion or oil. You can just do very, very soft. It's so easy that we think that to release something, we have to do so much and so hard. But we don't. Here is very good, nice to do. Shake again. I think we're soon going to wrap this up. We'll deal a little bit with our ears. Just maybe pull them out like this. If you pull the ear like this and then like that, here is kind of a lot of tension, at least for me. So I like doing like this. But there's very many acupuncture points in the whole ears. So you can just like kind of massaging. Sometimes when it's these kind of vagus nerve release exercises, it's always, oh, you should put your finger there and do like this. And it's it's just kind of tending to our body. We don't always have to do that way. And the ears, like, that's actually also a tip for if you have difficulty sleeping, to massage your ears. Like, now we'll take the other ear, pull out, and just pull like this. And just see, how does it feel for you? Maybe you don't like this at all. Then you shouldn't do it. And then massage. I like to massage quite, what do you say, hard, or take both. Release. And we can take our fingers like this and stroke like this. This is how our vagus nerve goes. But you don't really have to do exactly some kind of vagus nerve release exercises, as I've said. Just like tending to your body makes your go into the parasympathetic system. But how do you like this? Is this a movement you like or not? I like it. Try on the other side. And the last movement before we round up, we can do this kind of fascia pull here. We're often very tense like this, at least me. So if you try, how does it feel putting your hands like this and just doing a pull? I like this very much. And you can do this kind of on different places on your body. Just experiment here. Maybe here. And here. And here, maybe. And here. Pulling your skin a little bit. Again, shaking. Swagging. Feeling contact against the ground. Hugging yourself. And if you feel comfortable with it, you can close your eyes. I know that I do that automatically, easy during the class or session. But if you feel like you want to do that, you can. If not, you shouldn't. I do so. If you swag and hug yourself, see if you can give attention to the whole of your body in the same time. Then see if you intuitively want to put your hands on your heart, or if you want to stay in this position, or put your hands somewhere else. And if you listen into your heart or soul or body, what feels right for you? Is it something that it wants more from you? Just right now, like after the class or the rest of the day, or maybe in a bigger time frame? Is it something that comes to you? Some word, some affirmation, maybe something you can't even put into words. Maybe just a sense. Can you then think of like circling a balloon around your body? Decide how far from your skin or body you want to have this balloon. Maybe you can experiment in your mind when you're visualizing this. Maybe you want to have it very close to your body, or maybe very far away. Does it feel different in your body or in your heart, depending on how far this balloon, how far from your body you circle it? Maybe you can just decide a distance. And then see if you can fill this balloon with what you need more of. And for me today, I think it's just a sense. Maybe it's just the feeling that I have now, that I want to keep it around me today. Maybe it's the thinking of having the healing potential, the frequency, the energy around me, and remembering that the body wants to heal the body. And the body can heal the body. That you have a lot of resources inside. Thank you so much for taking part of this class. You're as important for me that I might be when leading this class. We are creating something together with the energy, I think. And for me, this is an important part of my healing journey, to start doing this and sharing it. And also, I wanted to say that I'm going to permanent one class a week for free here on Instagram, or maybe